Hi there, my name's Helen and all year long I've been making tags as part of the Tag Tuesday team. Caroline sets us some lovely themes to inspire us, and we can make whatever we want so long as it's a tag. And I think, if I remember rightly, this was the first tag that I made, and the theme, one of the word prompts was Land Army, and that's what I went with. So I printed off some lovely posters and images off the internet, and then I had great fun making paper carrots and paper cauliflowers. And I think this sort of set the trend of how my work was going to go, because I liked making quite three-dimensional tags. So, and you'll see as I show you the review of the year's worth of tags that I've made, that they got progressively more 3D as I went along. The beauty of tags, you can use all sorts of bits and pieces of embellishments and papers. This was a wrapper off of a bunch of flowers that I had that was perfect for the Jubilee theme. And I did have an old magazine that I photocopied for the image of the Queen. As you'll see from my review, the themes that Caroline set has been really inspiring, and we've been able to do lots and lots of very, very different tags. This is a little picnic tag with its stitched on picnic tablecloth, and I had some little bees in my stash that I finally managed to use up with their cute googly eyes. This was one for the Jubilee year, and I did a little bit of a transfer onto my tag initially with acrylic paint, and it didn't come out very well, which is why I ended up having this sketched look as I drew around it, and I quite liked the look in the end, although it was a happy accident rather than on purpose. And I quite liked making the cute little bunting as well. I've noticed that quite a few of my tags had some element of decoupage to them, and I spent many a happy hour snipping away with the scissors. If you look at the detail on these feathers here, I got quite carried away to make my owl pop out from my tag and look realistic. I also had some fun with the background and different embossing powders to get that nice frosty look. Each week I was careful that my tags actually did start out to be tag shaped. I wanted them all to be the same size at least, because I had an idea that I did want to display them at some point. Again, you've got some more fussy cutting for the decoupage of this seagull. I actually met this seagull on holiday. He came and stood and looked at us for a while on a beach in Sarasota, and I've used a photograph of him to make this tag. As I did this review, I noticed that quite a few of my tags turned out to be quite personal and brought back memories. For instance, this one of a visit to the Cirque du Soleil that we had in Florida, and this was from one of the brochures that we picked up of the production we went to see, and I had great fun making her really jump out of the card, and her stance was perfect for it. More fussy cutting on the pom-pom of her hat. My scissors definitely been working overtime, as you can see in this one as well. This one's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and as you can see, my little squirrel there has been well and truly snipped with my scissors. I ended up with 3 mermaid tags. 2 of them were inspired by the theme mermaid. This one has, I wonder if mermaids go to sleep counting fish instead of sheep, as the words on the tag, all shades of beautiful blue. And then I had a pink one inspired by the words of Rebecca Migday's poem. I'm not sure if I've pronounced her name right, but do you suppose way down deep there are mermaids fast asleep? And I had great fun putting all the bling onto these 3 tags. This one was inspired by the green theme, a week that we had where the theme was green, and with a quote from The Little Mermaid, "Someday I'll be part of your world." I quite liked putting words onto my tags. I had great fun adding all the sparkly bits to those mermaid tags. The next set of tags was inspired by the theme rainy day, and I actually wrote a poem and ended up making a tag to fit my poem, or making lots of tags to fit my poem onto. So when the day is grey and raining, don't be sad, it's not too bad. Look inside the cloud and shining, here's a silver lining, which will surely get you smiling. When it's wet and cold outside, in my craft room I will stay, paper rainbows every day. Great way to use up lots of bits of your stash here. A good film on the telly, our family snug inside, when the heavens open wide. I put my toes in cosy socks when the drizzle fills the skies. Hot chocolate is my prize. Oh, I could have one of those right now. Find your silver lining, so there'll be no complaining when the day is full of raining. By me. If you pop over to the Tag Tuesday blog, you'll be amazed to see what each week Carolyn's inspiration is inspired from the talented tag artists over there. These two tags were quite heavy on technique, and this one was supposed to look rusty. The theme was rust. I had great fun splodging the different colours of paint, trying to get it to look very aged, like it had been out and rusted away. It's even got sand, I think, on this one to give it lots of texture. It feels quite stiff when I'm handling it. The thing I loved about doing these tags was each week was very, very different. The theme obviously for this one was rock pool, and I had great fun trying to make a realistic rock pool. Lots of glue and kitchen roll to make my rocks, paper mache style. I made little sea creatures out of Fimo, filled my pool with glossy accents, took a little while to dry, but I think it worked. And even my little bits of moss on the rocks were made out of scrapings of paper, the kind of thing that you do when you're distressing the edges of tags and things, Tim style. Makes lots of paper dust, and I gathered that up and made moss with it. I quite liked how prettily this one turned out. I had great fun making my own lily, as I didn't have any suitable dyes, and my dragonfly is made out of paper beads that are wired together, and the wings are made out of some foam packing that you get in between plates, which is quite neat to use. It always feels very virtuous using up your scraps that you've been collecting. This one was Fairground, and I made little coconuts out of Fimo, and the balls are made out of Fimo to go on this. You can see things are getting much more 3D now as I'm gaining in confidence, and I made my coconut shy. This tag actually features in a little video all of its own, because I decided to video all the work that I put into making these tags, particularly these very 3D ones. And I had great fun chuckling away to myself when I decided that I would only be fitting to play a little concert on my xylophone tag at the end of the video. Here again, another 3D tag inspired by the cinema theme, and I didn't quite like this one at first, but once I got Zentangling on it, I enjoyed putting this together, particularly my little bits of kitchen roll popcorn. And this one is very functional, it works, it's got a working clock inside, and it's made using Ranger foil, and it kind of came out with a bit of an Art Deco look when it was finished. And I quite like the fact that it's got its little pendulums and little feet and can actually stand up, although I do have it hanging on my wall. As I'm flicking through these, it's amazing how busy I've been making all these tags. If you're the same sort of age group as I am, which is 50 now, don't tell everyone, and this was a slot machine or a penny arcade machine that I remember playing on as a little child, and that was the theme arcade, so I had great fun putting this together. It does actually have a ball inside, but it seems to have got stuck on my tape and you can't see it here, so I might have to undo this and see if I can find it. Another very 3D tag that I made was inspired by the theme table games, and this is a game that my family liked to play in Cyprus when we lived in Cyprus, and you can actually play this one. So it's all made out of paper with little Fimo counters and dice. The dice aren't very square, so I don't think they'd roll very well. And we've spent many a happy hour in the sunshine playing heavily on the life-size version of this board that inspired this tag. And the next theme, I think this one must have been a beach theme, and I've chosen to do beach hut. I'm quite partial to beach huts, there's something cute about them, and I decided to add a little bit of sauciness with a postcard that you quite often see at gift shops around the British coast. And I don't think you see many surfboards like this. It's a little bit more Miami than Brighton. Another thing that's quite traditional in the UK is sticks of rock. Lots of candy coloured rock here that you can't really eat, unfortunately, made out of paper. And then I'm going to skip that one for a minute because I just had a thought. This one was a Christmas tag that I made for the Tag Tuesday swap, and I quite liked this one because it was a bit of a shaker tag, so it was a little bit interactive. I think I made a video of that one, how to make that one. I just wanted to show you, this was my least favourite tag of the whole year. I don't know why. Just something about the eyes, I think, didn't quite warm to this one, even though I quite like the fact that it was two-sided. But I'm going to show it to you anyway because I'm showing you all of them and I don't want to leave that one out. And I think this might have been my favourite because I made the whole thing complete. This isn't a sprig that I've bought. I made the blackberries, I made the little blackberry flowers, and I joined them all together with florist wire and bits of leaves that I had. And to make this, I quite like the quote, "Life was so much simpler when apple and blackberry were just fruits." Phew, I have been busy. Hope you enjoyed watching my year review of being part of the Tag Tuesday team. Thank you for watching.